read more than once is incredible.
Yeah.
But
Now we're going to be seeing a match more than once. We saw this earlier in winter semis, in fact. We saw Grayson versus Xillion. We saw the Rob come out on top. We'll see if that happens again now that it is extended to a best-of-5 set.
On losers finals, Grayson and a Xillion.
Great catch on that gyro, too. Otherwise, that really could have given him some fits getting back to the ledge. Already you can see, again, these two are very well versed in the matchups against each other, not just for the characters, but for the players as well. You see that Xillion did not throw out that forward air because he thought Grayson was going to be near him. He pressed forward on the C-stick to see if he could catch the gyro as it came to him, because he knew that Grayson was going to shoot it immediately.
Ooh, Arcfire covers himself so he gets off the ledge for free.
Oh,
but he
covers
catches
the roll.
Grayson's still able to cover options while he's all the way out there.
Yeah. Now that arm rotor comes out, will be the stock. Well, Robin's still like mid to upper weight, but arm rotor is still pretty strong.
Arm rotor is ridiculous. From PS2, you know, not the worst side blast zones for it.
Well, when you compare to the ledge, it's totally fine. Yeah. Xillion, though, at the ledge, he's missed a couple of those arc fires kind of uncharacteristically. Hasn't been able to actually start those ledge traps.
Yeah, down tilt trip actually was a big punish for Grayson. There we go. And this is, you know, one of the things we were talking about in the last set that these two played was Xillion actually wasn't able to get very many ledge traps despite that being like the Robin thing.
Just not a matchup to do so with. And you can see already that's making it harder for him to seal out these stocks, especially the fact that Levin Sword's run out so quickly. But he just got it back, and he's going to flex that shiny new thing. Oh, speaking of flexing.
Definitely flexing with that up smash. Big charge on it.
Now this down throw, this should be enough to take that stock. No, great air dodge out. Xillion knows his percents on when he's free to get away.
Oh my goodness, the air cuts through the attempt of the Arcfire on the landing. And again, Grayson has just played around the space of that Arcfire so well. Look, barely gets cinched by that one, is already out before Xillion can do anything with it.
I mean, it's the counter hits that have been so great for Grayson. My gosh, parrying that arm rotor is one of the scariest things I've ever seen. And if you've never seen Bronze Sword down air kill, well, you're still going to have to wait. But boy, did it come close.
Oh, what a great... Oh my god!
It just never ends. It just never ends. But once it does, it's for Xillion of all people.
Eventually.
I'm just amazed it's the Robin that came out on top in that against the Rob.
There was so much that was happening off stage that I didn't even think was possible.
Wow. That Nosferatu was so good because Xillion knew, like, you know, a grab would connect, but if the Rob is running away, that Nosferatu takes a little bit longer than the grab. You reach out, hug him with that purple energy and get some health back.
And that was another thing we saw a lot of in Winners was a lot of reads with Nosses on Xillion where the execution just barely was off. And he narrowly avoided a lot of big healing capabilities.
Tossing that gyro up, getting it out of play. That's how we saw Xillion have a lot of success in that winner set when he was doing well against the Rob, was taking the gyro out of the equation. But up close, we've still seen Grayson just have so much more success than Xillion. However, at this juncture, at the ledge, a two-stock will do nicely.
I think that's the first game Xillion's taken from Grayson tonight.
Is that true? I thought that they were the Game 3 winners.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
I think.
I'm
not positive either.
All I know is... No, I think you're right. All I know
feels like it. Chat, feel free to tell us which of us is wrong. We won't see it right now, but, you know,
all I know is
we'll feel the spirit energy.
The ledge trapping not existing for Robin was such a big struggle in their winner set.
So what changed in that game? Why was Xillion able to come out with a two-stock?
I think some of his rhythm changed. Because a lot of the things that Grayson was doing to get up off of ledge, outside of, you know, specifically flying away from the fire, was...
You're not going to go edge guard him, are you? Okay. Yeah, I was like, you've already gotten the one win. You know, go out of that 1-0. Go out of that with the W.
Ooh, the jabs.
So, this is the other thing that I think that Xillion's adjusted really well to, is he's relying a lot less on that arc fire. And he knows that he can use that firebook to use those jabs a little bit better. Again, I was saying it, I think, when they were playing this more, but, you know, use those normals to go ahead and pick up those ledge traps rather than relying on the specials.
Punished the heck out of Grayson for trying to press a button.
Oh, he's standing there.
Menacingly.
However, he's not able to get the punish on that up smash. Now the Robin needs to get back on stage. We've seen a lot of attempted ledge trumps from Grayson tonight that I feel like they're good in concept, but he's just been kind of tipping his pitches, so to speak, you know? It's kind of easy to tell when those ledge traps are coming. Ooh, falling up
gonna do it. Grayson now taking the first stock.
That's like the lowest up air I've ever seen get the full connection.
Somehow it didn't cut out early. Blessed for Grayson, but that forward air evens things up.
He's cutting out some circuits on this robot, man. Electrifying them.
Those side blast zones are not discriminatory.
Yo, he is juggling this Rob like that Nair does not exist. 65%.
Waiting for a reflecting opportunity. Going for a big read with that move. But Xillion doesn't give it to him.
Very good DI out by Grayson. However, he's having trouble, as strange as it is, getting off of the ledge safely. Xillion has found such great opportunities to apply pressure without the traditional Robin ledge traps.
And again, now we're seeing the NOS.
Dude, you're right. I mean, this rhythm has changed so much from Xillion. Grayson's just not attuned to it at all.
Right, like outside of, like I was saying earlier, outside of specifically being able to use the fly to get around certain situations with Arcfire at the edge, there's not like a lot of Rob-specific stuff that Grayson was doing, not matchup-specific stuff Grayson was doing. It was just that he had kind of a read on when the Arcfire was going to be tossed.
That was great by Grayson, by the way. I think he's noticed that Xillion feels very confident, feels very sure that no matter what, he's going to be able to win this game. And I think that going off stage as dangerously as Grayson did right there is really trying to play to that, trying to get Xillion to drop the stock and lose some momentum. I think that's important right now, is taking away the momentum from Xillion over even winning this game.
Oh, Grayson stuck at the ledge. Great tech again.
He's teching that all day.
And that's a punish and a half. Taking it to the last stock here. Grayson with a big lead. That NOS, he doesn't need the heal, but he needs the damage. That's going to kill for sure.
Dash attack, yeah. The bronze sword.
Dash attack is able to combo after the hot drip of the fire on the edge. And, God, dash attack is such a strong move.
Hot drip like lava. And now, you know, this is Xillion looking very, very different than that winner said. He's up 2-0. One more of those will put him in grands against Lima. And it's been a little while since we've seen Xillion in grands here at a Shockwave, but it would be, you know, a kind of a welcome change in the scenery. But Grayson, meanwhile, you know, he's #1 on that DFW PR for a reason, and he's looking to start this reverse 3-0 by taking it back to Town and City. And he's not poorly set up for this either. I think he took a pretty reasonable amount of momentum away from Xillion at the end of that game too.
Man.
That's all you can really ask for to set yourself up for success.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh. Jason on the platform. Rob is so big-brained sometimes.
Can't have a big brain. Goes with a down throw for a mix-up. That, Karna. Okay, Xillion able to make it back, rolling past that up smash too. But you can see that I feel like there's a much clearer game plan in Grayson's mind now already, where he's playing very mix-up based rather than straightforward.
Oh, and air cuts down.
I think that's a really important thing for a high-level
player.
Wow.
Nobody was ready to tech that. Don't lie to me.
No, well,
I wasn't ready to tech that either.
Nobody's going to be ready for it. You're right. You're right. But were we ready for that arm rotor? Xillion at least was not. So we're back to this evened up game. Oh my gosh, the shield is so low. Eventually he just says, look, I'm going to blast you.
Yeah, just needed a little bit of charge on it.
Xillion's also going to need to connect another one of those rapid jabs because he's really low on that win book already.
Ooh, the downer puts him in a bad spot. Trying to go all the way deep with a reflect. Doesn't quite pan out.
Now we see, how does Grayson get out of the corner? You see that after some of those magic spells on the shield, especially that Arc Thunder, we've seen Grayson continually hold forward. What a match by Xillion.
Okay. Now, Xillion And taking such big damage. Again, the mash is phenomenal, but we could see... Yeah, that up smash comes through and takes that stock. Grayson up with only 33%.
Like I said, dude, I love seeing these high-level players say, okay, if what I want to do right now is not working, I need a different objective to get this done. And Grayson says, all right, mix-ups may be the objective that'll give me. And that mix-up on shield was disgusting. It got on the stock.
I feel like both of these players, especially when we get to this game 3 here that we're on right now, have just been playing even better as the night goes on.
Yeah. Their play is definitely aging like a fine wine. Xillion. Wow, he gets called out with that back air. Grayson knows when Xillion's down that full stock, maybe even a little bit more, it's the aggression that's coming. And once again, mix-ups counter that hard.
Grayson gets to go deep off stage and make these plays happen, which I do believe he is a fan of.
So we're off to game 4. And I believe off to Unova, if I saw that correctly.
It's possible. Robin and Rob again.
As expected, these two are pretty much solo mains as they go.
Yeah.
We've seen secondaries out of them before, but
mostly jokes.
If they're going to win, they're
Mostly
sticking with the mains. Yeah. My gosh, Xillion's waiting for that gyro to come to him. And now, we see once again. I think that's another thing that Grayson had going for him in that game 3 was that Xillion wasn't focusing as much on removing those projectiles from play as he was when he was having success against Grayson. So I think that focusing on removing that gyro can maybe get him back to the glory that he had at the beginning of this set.
Okay. Man, and I also like the idea that I feel like Unova is not quite so large of a stage. That if Xillion's not like going to be capitalizing as hard off of ledge trapping, just make sure that the stage is one where they will interact. Get this stuff done.
These platforms are really big, and we've already seen Grayson take a little bit of advantage of it, but you got to be aware that with that Levin sword, obviously Xillion can challenge those a lot as well. See if he's able to get off this ledge. We've seen Grayson kind of have a really nice turn of ledge trapping as well. Karna?
Did you see that DI?
Yes, I did.
Straight to the corner.
That's the secret HMO DI. Nobody else knows how to do that.
That's for sure. Could not be me.
Wow.
Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go but up and then back down. Express flight.
Getting sent right back down to, I don't know, Anvil City, Mistralton City. I don't know what would be below the Pokemon League.
There we go. Okay. Again, flying really high so that you don't have that arc fire setup. But Xillion, man, after dropping that setup, you see Grayson really fighting his way back to the center stage.
All of a sudden, we're seeing that signature aggressive Rob come out from Xillion, or from Grayson again, now that he's got that confidence back. But off stage, it's more or less kind of the same story. We actually see some aggression from Xillion back once he's got that Robin disadvantage.
Oh, buffered air dodge, still going to make it back, but in the down air, Grayson's not willing to let you get back for free.
Grayson has played hundreds of sets against Robin, particularly against Xillion's as well, so he's not dropping that edge guard anytime soon.
Nice fair, punishes that whiffed up air, trying to overextend in the advantage. Ooh.
And now we just see Grayson. I mean, he gets a lead. He runs away with it, man.
Ooh.
Love that down tilt run away, too. He realizes there is no extension to be had, so he just gets that gyro back on the field and makes Xillion's life difficult, because, hey, why not?
Oh, well, I'm amazed he shield grabbed that in air with Robin. That's cheating. Ooh.
Xillion
Drop Levin.
Code.
Has the fire, but he doesn't have anything big to capitalize with. Levin sword's still gone.
Just getting it back now, but it's a little too late at that point. Probably just got to find like a raw aerial in the corner if he can push the Rob to there.
So Grayson has gyro.
Grayson's center stage command has been wildly good, by the way.
Yeah, especially on such a small stage. A stage that I guess is not that small, but with the platforms where they are suffocating,
it feels much smaller, yeah. I think suffocating is definitely the best way to put it. Kind of like, yeah, you're totally right. Ooh. Oh, Grayson does not get off the stage, so Gonna have to still play some solid nooch or just get a really nice read. Both of these guys with 2 stocks. And we're going into game 5 to figure out who the winner's gonna be. I mean, this is dead even as dead even gets.
That's insane. Winner fighting for the right to challenge Lima in grand finals. Who's going to be the one to make it happen?
Right now, you would definitely put the momentum solidly in Grayson's court. And what was key for him is that when he went down 2-0 against Xillion, by the end of the game, he was able to put a lot of momentum back into the center, back towards himself. But right now, this is still very, very solidly Grayson favored on the momentum. Xillion hasn't really made too much progress on bringing that back to his side.
You know, and the storyline-wise, we're seeing Xillion entering his first Shockwave probably, and I could be mistaken, but this is probably his first singles appearance in quite a while. Trying to return with a real hotness.
I'd imagine that the fatigue is getting to him, honestly.
And we're seeing Grayson coming through for his, return to the tournament scene after his big win at Ultimatum 2, which was just this past weekend. But he's coming hot off of the victory of the big event Ultimatum 2, and it has to be pointed out, he has yet to even win a Shockwave.
Yeah, that's true. Tonight could be the night, though, especially he's got that chance to do it in grand finals if he gets there. Lima is, of course, waiting a winner's side. And Grayson is setting himself up to get that rematch if this continues.
Here we go. That back air, able to catch Grayson. It's always scary to chase somebody who's running off that platform. They have the potential of those drop zone aerials.
Ah, what a tech there by Grayson.
Oh, just shredding of the shield there.
Now that roll on perfectly timed. You've seen Grayson plenty of times. When you know that second arc fire is coming, the roll comes out immediately. You can find yourself a nice punish. Speaking of nice punishes, though.
Yeah, it's going to clean things up. Even the stock count, but put on the platform there. That was a big setup for Grayson. He loves using that dash attack, perfect angles. Doesn't quite find the notch.
That would have been so big for Xillion, too. That would have dead even the game.
Ooh, Thoron says, get the gyro out of here.
Oh, setups on the platform again. You see why these big platforms are so good for Robin, too.
Absolutely.
Air dodge right there. Maybe expecting 11th sword to come out.
Okay. Back throw is going to set Rob off stage, but again, we haven't really seen a lot of ledge trapping potential here.
Ooh.
There we go. Shreds the shield and punishes the buffered option.
That should... No, he missed inputs.
Yeah, one of that bear. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get that input proper.
Oh, yeah, I think we're definitely seeing some fatigue into Xillion right now. I mean, a couple of dropped inputs here and there, not too unusual, but dropping them at such critical moments. It's easy to see that tiredness can kind of exacerbate those nerves, but he's able to take the lead. He's still got some fight left in him.
Ooh, the Trump, he's still able to get the deep hit.
I know now why everybody says Rob Backer is so good. I know now. Sorry for underestimating you all.
Here we go. Oh, the book comes through the end of the NOS, catches the punish.
I don't know if Xillion was thinking about that, but if he was, boy, did that cover everything.
It just happens to work out sometimes. When you work out at the library.
Like Robin does, Xillion is working out hard in this game right now. Parry on the Nair. He's found all of the momentum once again. One of those Arcfire confirms that the ledge with the 11th sword can certainly do it if he can make the Rob fall in.
Man, the way Xillion's playing, he's saying, you know, Grayson, you might have won Ultimatum, but Shockwave is not today. Come back another time.
Xillion still wants his chance to get that. Almost gets to confirm off the gyro. Back air will do it there.
Clean.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Every single one of those games was a 2-stock as well.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Back to back to back.
And great stuff by Xillion. I was afraid that he was not going to be able to find it in him to get that momentum back into his court, to find that second wind. But by the time that, like, the moment that he got that lead, sending Grayson onto that last stock, you could tell that
it was go time.
That's when that second wind absolutely hit.